the official Ride to the Wall page.
Yeah.
Martin Dickinson, he's the organiser, who's first started it.
Yeah.
And he's put, it's with huge honour today on behalf of the trustees and committee to be able to present a cheque from all of you to the NMA
National Memorial Arboretum
for £170,000, our largest contribution to date, bringing the total raised since 2008, that's since we started doing the Ride to the Wall, to 1.83 million.
Wow.
You're a very special group of wallers, that's what they call us, that ride to the wall, who hold remembrance and respect to those close to our hearts.
It's well worth it.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Right to the wall news.
It says, after an extremely busy few months, a record number of pre-registrations, 7,597 against 7,573 last year. 6,000 orders processed, picked and packed and delivered and stock checked. Pat has done the final merchandise box, picking, packing, and we are ready for collection. I find myself once again, the Saturday before, listening to the event-relevant music and wondering where the last 18 years have gone. On Saturday the 4th, we will once again all come together to remember our heroes as one family. I can't stand to tell you the number of people, organisations and emergency services that come along together on that day, and after, in some cases, a year's planning to make it happen. Thank you to each and every one of you. That's from Martin Dickinson, the guy that organised it.
Today, wash and polish day, ready for Ride to the Wall. Yeah, Ride to the Wall is remembrance and 3 flags. So remember, we were running the big Union Jack on the back of here. So Julie, we bought some flag holders off Julie to go here. Pennants are going to come down here. We're going to have the big Union Jack here. Then we're going to have 2 flags coming off there, up the side. The connection last year was okay here, but these were wobbly. So we're going to try and fix that today. As we fix that, and we're quite happy, we're going to fix this. An epic fail. Come on, tell them about your epic fail.
No.
Come on.
No.
Do you know how I hide behind the gate? But I hide behind that gate when this gate is shut. Debbie was hiding behind this gate, trying to get me when I was shutting it, and I just squashed her. I went to shut the gate, and ooh, that was an epic fail, darling.
You again, dear.
That was an epic fail. We're just gonna cover the ends of these. These are the connections for the lights. Bars on the back. Pretty, not very robust, but we only use them now and again, so just cover these whilst we wash it. Union flag. We're going to be flying our remembrance flags as well. So, let's get to making that up, making the joints at the bottom and connecting them. Flag poles are fantastic because they just wind into each other, so they're easy to carry, and we can shorten them or lengthen them to our whatever we want. We're not bad with them. Well, if you remember, last year we connected them via this, didn't we? And that what was holding them. And we found them that tube that we're going to have. Last year this was all you could see it, so we're going to cover that under tube now. So that's holding them that way. So they're not going to drop backwards, and they're going to sit in their mounting at the bottom. They just sit in a hole in the bottom, if you remember. So it's pretty simple, the bottom end. This is our thing that goes over the toe ball, goes there, and the big flag sits in here. Well, these are just enough to slide in there. So we do that there, and we bolt that up there, don't we? And then we made these, didn't we? And these go in there underneath and then bolt on. And then the flagpole itself then sits in on that. So everything is good and secure. This sits on top of that bolt, and there we are. So that's good and secure. This is secure to that. So I'm quite happy with that. But we've got to make the 3 of them together. I'll show you in a minute what we've got to do, but it'd be nice just to make 3 of these, but it's not going to do. So, but definitely we'll come back to these to hold, because they go over that pole quite nicely, don't they? They go over that pole there. And the thing is, you hide it. You put black insulating tape, that'll hide, because it's only, you only put them there for a day. They're not permanent or anything. So I'm quite happy with that. So let's go and put the clamp on. Let's go and think. Let's think about. Let's go and get those. Get some threaded bar. We've got to have 2 of these either side now, so we've got them going this way, forwards and backwards, and they're at a slight angle and twisted. So now we've got to think of a way of connecting them together. This one, these poles, with that pole, sort of side to side thing. So we've got to get something that goes around here, which then connects to these here across here, because it was quite a mess of a job last year. So let's think about that. So that's going to be on the toe ball. The 2 flag, the main flag is going to be up here in the middle. Then there'll be 2 flags either side coming out like this. And we know they're secured this way to the front, and of course we'll get the tube and we'll measure it and we'll hide that thread this year, so that's okay. But they still wobble, you know. This is independent once that's connected there, so we need to make a connection from here down here and across to there without interfering with the flight of the flags, so it should be easy enough. And we've got to make it all sort of even looking, so we're not too bad. We can grip this one by just using another one of these. There's enough wiggle room to change the angle, or if we can even weld it to an angle, or even weld it and then bend it, and then of course hide it under that tubing we've got, so that'll look fairly good for a Reggie job, you know what I mean? Good enough for a Reggie job. But how are we going to grip this as well as? So that's what we've got to find. We've got to find something that's going to grip this for us, and that we can sort of try and make look pretty. Let's take a piece of that with us and let's go walkabouts. See what we can find, come up with an idea. I don't really want to drill through it or make a hole through it, because if you remember, the old one was slightly, the wind put a curve on it. Yeah, look, this is the old one. The old one had a slight curve on it because of the wind, the pressure of the wind. So we strengthened this up, didn't we? We strengthened this up and we put one inside and then another. So there's 2 inside there, so that's rigid now. So I don't want to be drilling no holes through it. Whatever it's got a grip around the outside. And look, maybe a bit prettier than usual. Maybe. See what we can do. Oh, I thought we'd landed on it. I thought if this slides here, we could cut a slice off there. I mean, it could still happen, couldn't it? We could cut down here, open this up, put this over here, and then at least we could weld a nut here and a nut there, and that would give us a connection. But at the moment, a little sleeve of scaffolding tube, but it's too small. It's about the same size, so that won't do. But if we could get a piece of tube slightly bigger, that might do. Cut it into a slice. And if this won't do, how easy is this to open up? At least we've got something to weld to here and there, haven't we? It's a thought. We're here. We'll pick some of these up. Yeah, they are on the board. I think I've already seen them. So let's pick up 2 of these whilst we're here. Yeah, we need 2 of these, don't we? Well, I mean, if you really thought about it, you could get a piece of all thread, warm it up and bash it until you had a circle. That seems a lot of work, but I seem to remember, have we not seen some rings of steel that we've kept from something somewhere? I wonder what size were they? I seem to remember we've come across them at some time. Like a ring for a pig's nose or something like that, or a bull's nose, something like that. Let's have a look. Were they in these top cupboards? Did they come from Ted's place? Let's go next door, let's see what we find. So this would do. Piece of jack handle. Warm it up. It's not too thick. It's not like making a ring out of the usual stuff we do, because this, wow, this is, you've got to give that some bashing to get that round. We've done that before, but this won't take much of a bashing, will it? And we could make a circle. We've got the anvil. We could make a circle. We could even bash it around a piece of scaffolding tube, couldn't we? That would make it round. Warm it up to its red and bend it. And then at least we could weld maybe a nut onto it and then get a connection onto it. So this is an option if we have to go down that path. Wondering, did we have some massive washers that would sit over there? This is something we can bastardize. Yeah, this bearing might do the trick. Let's have a look. Oh, damn. Not quite the right size, no. Oh well. Onwards and upwards. That would have done great. Here's a strip already used for something. Somebody's made something. That's already halfway round. Wow, that's going to save us. A little band of this would be really nice, wouldn't it? Better than the tube. Yeah, we'll use a little band of this, will. Yeah, and it's going to go long enough to go round. Continue warming that up. Cut this weld out. Use this strip or get something similar and make a band. Yeah. Then we can weld something to that then, can't we? Yeah. You've just got to walk around. You've just got to come up with ideas, and don't go with one idea. Go with an idea and think, right, we can use that, but what else can we do? And then keep searching until you've searched everywhere, and then you've got a choice. We can use this. We can warm this up and use it, or we can clean this up and use that band. So, you know, we've already got 3 ideas, haven't we? So, let's keep looking for a bit more, just in case we just find the perfect thing. Like that bearing we just saw, but it wasn't the right size, so let's keep going a bit. So we're in here now. No, I thought that was going to go around it. Got to slice off a big we have got a big one came in the other day, didn't we? Let's check that out. But I'm sort of leaning towards, we haven't done any warming and bashing in a while, have we? We've got an anvil and we've got the heaters. I reckon warm this up, turn it into a ring, I think. And we've got the scaffolding tube to bash around, clamp it and bash it around, get the shape. So I'm sort of leaning towards that at the moment. Oh, this is made for us, isn't it? This is made for us. Yeah. Let's go and get the tube and check it. Look at this. This is already made for us. We're going to use this. You just never know what you've got sitting on your shelves until you bump into them. This is going to be fantastic for what we want. Well, I think we found our way. We can run this down here. It's a bit big. We might just cut it, squeeze it in the vise, and then weld it back together. That's what we're going to do with that. We're going to cut this. Cut all of the, well, we'll cut that in half first, see what it looks like, close it back together. We could almost do with removing all of that nut, couldn't we? Then close this up around the scaffolding tube, so we've got something solid, clamp it on, hold it back round together and weld it, so that will reduce that ring to a more manageable size. Right, so that's going to be coming down here. And then we're going to get one of these. And we're going to use that to come down this side. Use that to, oops, come on. Oh, there's a different size. There's a bigger version. Oh yeah, there's a bigger version. We can't use the ones we've got. We've got to find these slightly bigger versions. Okay, no problem. So we've got to find 2 of them. Use that to come down this shaft here, which will give us a connection here. So we'll have a connection here. We'll have a connection here, both sides. Round to the other one, and then we can hide this under a piece of tube. And it might look half decent then for a change. Ooh, let's try that then. We found our way, but we've got to go and find the bigger versions of this. Okay. These were them there, look, this was the right size. So where are the... Put these back. Where is the bigger version of these? We'll have to find them. Ooh, that's got us. That's got us. Look, those are the same size as what we've just picked up. Not smaller. There must be some more somewhere. These are even smaller and thinner. Well, they're not where I thought they were. Oh, that means search time. That means they're in here somewhere. That means they're not categorised. I haven't put them away, so I mustn't have that many of them. So just have a quick flash, just in case. There is usually sitting in front of our face when we look for something, don't we? Yeah, usually they're sitting right in front of us. So on our first flash through, there's nothing obvious at the moment. Right, let's get searching. Well, that's an unexpected knockback. Where the hell are they? I've just been through them all, moved them all, more or less moved them all. It's in a stupid jar in the dark. That's the trouble with cupboards, shelves of doom. In the dark, down the bottom somewhere. Now I've got a sneaky feeling they're in with something. Yeah. They're in or on top of something somewhere. Oh, that's right. Let's carry on a bit. Gets a bit desperate when I'm looking through random jars. That's the thing, if you don't put them back, you use them, you put them down out your hand and you never see them again. And you never see them again. Where the hell are they? We were looking for some of them the other day. A version of them. Seeing at things now. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? All of you get this same problem, don't you? You've got them, but you don't know where the hell they are. Think they're here. They're bigger ones, bigger, fatter nuts. I don't think they're here without being documented or marked, because I would have, wouldn't I? And I think they're on that shelf in the back somewhere, you know. Let's go and have another look. Funny though, I haven't got them on the board here, have I? Them on the board here neither. So I don't think they never made it to here. I think they're in the back. So they're definitely here. But that's the smaller version, so probably they're in another jar. just one of them will do. So let's have a dig around in here. So they're the ones we found. I think there's a bigger jar. If they're on here, there's a full jar of them somewhere. So this is why I don't like deep shelves, because you've got so much stuff hiding in behind. I only like them on the surface. Little thin narrow shelves. Nothing in there, nothing in there. Oh, these are going to trip us up, you know. These are going to trip us up, and because we don't always use them all the time, it's got to be somewhere. It's got to be here somewhere. See, behind. That's the worst of them. Behind. I hate jars in behind. Did I have this many of them? I don't think I did. No, it's different stuff here. Yeah. And we're desperate now. We get to this stage of searching. We're pretty desperate. We're gonna have to abandon that idea then. Plan B then. Plan B. Plan B, thick enough to weld. We're gonna have to use the washers. The minute we fix this job, we'll find them, won't we? And it might sort of hide underneath if we put them there. But anyway, we're gonna have to use these now. Plan B is the washers. Damn. Well, let's go in for a cup of tea. We've got a plan. We've got everything we need. That'll screw all the way in. I want a nut on the surface, so we're going to cut through here. We're going to bring this to size first, and then we're going to weld a nut either side so we can lock a thread into it, and then we'll go from there. So we're washed and polished. Can you see how the more you wash it, that polish is one of them micro thingies. The more you polish it, the shinier it gets. Yeah, so keep washing it, keep polishing it, and it just gets shinier and shinier. Yeah, we've got plenty of plans this winter. This winter we'll be doing the chrome on it. We've seen where everything is, and we've just got to divert the funds that way, shall we say. So, who remembers this abomination from last year? Because you can't drill holes, you can't make anything permanent. It's only 1 year. So we'll cover that with a bit of tube, that'll be fine. But that still moves that way. It's fixed in the bottom and then bolts, so that's all right. And there's plenty of length there, so that's not going to go anywhere, except it moves. And that's not going to go anywhere because that moves as well. So we need to make some sort of relationship between there and there, because this one can't go in and out. It can go left and right a bit, but it can't go left. So I think by the time we've sort of took up the tension here, as you might say, with a bit of screw, thread turning, so if we put some sort of connection here, some sort of connection there, I think it would be a lot better. I don't know how I did it last time. I think I did see this. I think what I did, I just put this across it all. Oh, I think I did. I put this, which is a bit of all thread, put a tube through it, and then I threaded this through here and cable tied it and tied it together. That might not be satisfactory. We're going to do something different, something better. Well, a Reggie sort of better. So that's what we're aiming for, using this and connecting these two together so that the whole thing will work yeah, so we'll have the Union Jack here and they're the flags here. So that's the plan anyway. I think we've got a plan now. I think we've got a plan. So that's how we're going to look. And of course, it's once a year job. And you can't be drilling holes or making any permanent connections or anything. So these clamps seem to do quite good. That gives that sort of a fits where it touches affair. So I think if this has got nowhere to go, connected across here, that's going to do the job just fine, I think. But that's our aim anyway, to stop these end ones from jiggling and moving around, and they all come to the one point here on the tow bar. Anyway, I've been threatened with crumpets and Marmite. Woohoo!